Hi everyone, in this session we are going to add our grammar to our speech engine. For this, first of all, we need to create our database. Okay, for this we are going to add a new folder. I will call app_data. I will call it app_data, and then I will right click on it, add a new item, and then we are going to scroll down, and then we are going to use a service based database. Okay, we'll just click on this, and then we are going to call it we will call it database only. Okay, not database one, only database, like this. And then we are going to click add on add button. Now it will create a database for us. Now it will take some time, but now you can see the database is appeared, or here you can see the log file of database and the database file. Now we have our database here, and then we are going to add connection string to our app config file. For this, click on your app config file. Then we are going to use a connection string, and then we are going to add and then we are going to call the name of our connection string, and then the provider name will be system dot data dot SQL client. Okay, system.sql client, and then we are going to give the name to our connection string. We are going to call it my database. Okay, my database, I will call it my database, and then we are going to add another connection string. We are going to pass our database connection string over here. Okay, for this we have to click on our database, click on your database, and in the properties panel you can see the just double click on your database, and then we are going to get the connection string. Okay, now when we double clicked on our database, now you can see the connection string over here. Just copy this connection string and then paste it here. Okay, now we are getting some errors because we have to remove some quotation marks, because we already have in the beginning we have quotation mark, and then over here after attachment we are going to remove this one, remove this quotation mark, and then at the end you can see over here another quotation mark after our database name MDF file, and then remove this quotation and everything will be okay. Now save this connection string. Okay, this is the name of our connection string. Okay, we are going to use the system.configuration to get the connection string with the name. Okay, and this is the link of our database connection. This is the link of our database, and this is the provider name what we are using, system.data.sql client. Okay, Now save it. Okay, afterward we are going to add our grammar. For this, before we add a grammar, we have to retrieve it from the database, our grammar. For this I am going to use SQL Reader. Okay, now we are over here. You can see we already have our connection database connection name, but I will remove this one. I will remove this one. I will remove this line. Okay, just wait, Control Z. I will remove this line. Okay, I will uncomment the first one. Okay, now remove also this one, we don't need it. Now we are going to use a try and catch method to get exception also. If something is wrong in this code, we are going to get the exception. Okay, the exception will appear in not in message box, but synthesizer will tell us what is the problem in your data, in your C# code. Okay, it will tell us what is the problem in our C# code. Okay, first we are going to make a string. We are going to call it connection string, variable name connection string, and then we are going to use assignment operator, and then we are going to use a configuration manager dot connection string, and then we are going to pass our connection string name, and then we are going to get the connection string. Okay, for this we need first of all we need a system dot we don't have now. See, it's showing error because we have to add system dot configuration. Okay, click on your solution explorer and then right click on your add reference. Click on add reference. Just type system dot configuration. Select the system dot configuration and click OK. Now we have over here system dot configuration. Okay, after that we need a namespace. Now still you can see the error is not error is exist. For this we are going to click and then using system dot configuration, click on that. Now you can see at the top we have another namespace, system dot configuration. Okay, and now you can see the error is gone for system dot configuration manager. Then over here we are going to pass our connection string name. For this we need our connection string name over here. Click on your app config file. This is the name of our connection string. Copy this from web config file and then paste it in the quotation mark, between the quotation mark. Okay, now we have successfully added our connection string. Okay, now another, we are going to use a SQL connection, the class of using system.data SQL client. Okay, we are going to use a namespace also using system.sql client. Okay, now click on that and you can see over here we have now namespace system.data.sql client. Okay, the error is gone. Now we have what we are going to do, we are going to open a connection and we are going to use a class of the system.data.sql client. which is called SQL connection. Okay, we are going to give a variable name. We are going to give it con, okay, is equal new SQL connection, and then we are going to pass our connection string over here. We have our connection string from the with the configuration manager. We are going to get it will store in this string, okay, connection string. We are going to copy and we are going to paste it here. This is our connection string. Now the error is gone. Now after that we are going to open our connection. Okay, we are going to open our database connection, and then we are going to use another SQL database SQL client class, which is called SQL command. Okay, we are going to give a variable name SC, okay, or you can name it whatever you like. The variable name you can change whatever you like. Okay, I just gave it S for SQL and C stand for commands. Okay, is equal new SQL command, and then we are going to make a connection with our SQL connection. Okay, SQL command connection, we are going to connect it with the SQL connection, and then after that we are going to give our SQL database command text. Okay, we are going to select from our database table name. First of all, you have to make it select, then a asterisk sign, then give your table name. We don't have table name yet. Okay, we are gonna create the table. Okay, then we are going to give the table name over here. Okay, what it basically do, it will select all the commands from our table from our table. Okay, from our database table, and then we are going to use SQL reader, another class of data SQL client. Okay, system.data SQL client, which is called SQL data reader. This is helping to read the data from the database table. Okay, for this we are going to give a variable name str, then assignment operator, then we are going to pass our SQL command over here, and we gonna execute the reader. Okay, we are going to use over here a while loop. SQL reader is ready. If the SQL reader is ready, okay, then we are going to make one variable inside of the while loop. Okay, we will call it load cmd. Okay, load commands. Okay, variable name load commands is equal, then str, which is our SQL data reader variable name, and then we are going to get the column, okay, from our database table. Then we are going to get the column. I will call it our default commands. Okay, like this, default commands. Okay, and we are going to get SQL reader will read all the data from this column. Okay, and then it will store in the variable name load cmd. Okay, then we are going to make a grammar for speech engine. Okay, speech recognition engine. For this we are going to use a class of a system.speech recognition, which is called grammar. Okay, grammar, and then we are going to give a name. We are going to give a name commands grammar. okay, command grammar, then is equal new commands grammar. Then we are going to use a new to build a grammar for new grammar builder. Then we are going to use a new choice. Then we are going to load the choice from our column, default commands column. Okay, this is actually building a grammar. Okay, this is the variable name of our grammar, and then we are going to use a grammar builder to create a grammar from the choice, and choice is holding all the data from the default commands. Okay, and then we are going to give our recognition speech recognition engine name to load a grammar to our speech engine. This is the variable name of our speech engine. Then we are going to use dot load grammar async from grammar command grammar. Okay, which is holding all the data from the default commands column. Okay, from our database table. Okay, now we have this and I will call it default table, or yes, I will call it default table. Default table. Okay, like this, and these are the default commands. Okay, and save it now. Okay, after that we are going to get out of the while loop, and then we are going to, first of all, we are going to close our SQL reader. Okay, and then we are going to close our connection string. Okay, we are going to close our connection SQL connection. Okay, both we are going to close both of it. It's very important. Okay, after that we are going to catch an exception. If there's something wrong in this code, then we are going to get this exception over here with the message. Okay, this is for load grammar. Now we are going to create our table name, default table, and then we are going to create a column name, default commands. Okay, then we are going to add our commands to our, these are our commands, grammar. We are going to add all this to our database. Okay, for this you have to double click on your database on the solution explorer, then you will see the server explorer. Okay, or here we have table. Right click on the tables, add a new table. Now it's loading the interface of a database table. Okay, now we are going to add one table, and we are going to give a name. First of all, we are going to give our table name a default table. Okay, we are going to give our name of our table over here, default table. Okay, like this, and then we are going to set the primary key for we are going to remove the primary key first of all, and then we are going to set it to nurture. Okay, we are going to set it to nurture. Okay, now I will call it default commands. Okay, we have over here default commands. Okay, we are going to copy this one, we are going to paste it here, then we are going to set it to nurture because we want or we are going to set it to the text. Okay, it's better to set it to the text. Okay, now we have the first table. Now we create its first table. Now click on update and click update. Now we successfully edit our table. Okay, now we are going to add our grammar to our database table, which is hello, what time is it, all this we are going to add. For this we need to refresh our table. Okay, now we have our default table, and this is the default commands. Right click on your table, then click show table data. Okay, like this. Now you can see over here this is our column, the default commands, and then one by one add all the grammar. We are going to add all the grammar over here. What time is it? Okay, and then what day is it? We are going to add all this to our database. And then what's the day? What is the date? And then what today date? We are going to add all this command to our database, and like this one. This is also our grammar. Who are you? We created a custom grammar. These are all custom grammar, okay, for a speech engine. And then we have now all the commands, and then after that just click on save all. Okay, save all. Now we have all this command. Now this grammar will work. Okay, for example, if I say now hello, we made a custom grammar hello. The speech recognition recognized event will recognize the hello. Okay, and then it will execute from the e.result. Then we are going to use a switch statement. We are going to switch to our e.result, which is stored in speech variable, and then we are going to compare it. If the e.result is equal hello, then it will execute this one. Okay, this statement. Okay, and this statement is hello and our computer name, which is I told you, environment.username, and then what time is it? It will tell us the time, and the next one it will tell us the day, and it will tell us the complete date and time, like day, month and year, and then it will introduce itself. Okay, I am your personal assistant. I can read email and weather report and other thing. And then what is your name? What is my name? And then it will call your computer name. Okay, now to test this out, that how it will look like, we are going to start debugging. Okay, now the first command is hello. Hello
Salim Rasa. Hello Salim Rasa.
What time is it?
7:40 p.m.
What day is it?
Today is Monday.
What's the date?
The date is December 18th, 2017.
Who are you?
I am your personal assistant. I can read email, weather report, I can search web for you, anything that you need like a personal assistant do. You can ask me question, I will reply to you.
What is my name?
The date is December 18th, 2017.
What is my name?
The date is December 18th, 2017.
What is my name?
The date is December 18th, 2017.
I think the last one is not working proper. Maybe something is wrong. What is my name? I have to save it again. Let's try again. What is my name?
Salim Rasa.
Now it's working proper because we didn't save the last one. We saved it now and it's working now. Okay, these are all the grammars that we built for a speech engine, and then we are getting also reply with this speech synthesizer. Now in this session we added some stuffs, like we can add some more stuffs, like for example, for greeting we are going to use something like this. I will use something like this. This is for greeting. Okay, now what we have to do, we are going to pass over here our synthesizer. Okay, now something like this. Okay, what it will do, it's like for example, it will check the time. Okay, date and time and now. If the time hour is greater equal to 5 and time hour is smaller than 12 hours, okay, then it will say good morning. Okay, then it will reply good morning and our computer name. Okay, if the hour is greater than 12, okay, greater equal to 12, then the hour is less than 18, okay, then it will say good afternoon. Okay, and then if the hour is greater equal to 18 and less than 24 hours, then it will say good evening. Okay, and if the hour is less than 5, okay, then it will say hello and computer name, and it will call you are still awake, you should go to sleep, it's getting late. Okay, now I will save it. Hello
Salim Rasa. Good evening Salim Rasa.
Now
hello Salim Rasa. Good evening Salim Rasa. Hello Salim Rasa. Good evening Salim Rasa.
Now you can see it's telling us that it's good evening because our computer timing is between these two parameters that we gave. Okay, less than 24 and greater equal to 18. That's why it's giving us a good evening. If it's in the morning, it will say a good morning. Okay, and if it's afternoon, then it will say good afternoon. If it's late in the night, then it will say hello, your name, and then you are still awake and you should go to sleep, it's getting late. Okay, something like this. Okay, now we done with this with the load grammar. Okay, we edit successfully our database, okay, to our app data folder, and then we connected a connection string to our with our app config file. Okay, configuration manager, we edit our database connection. Then we open we created a SQL connection, and then we opened it, and then we use the SQL command to connect to connection string, and then we pass our command text. Okay, so we selected our table. Okay, we selected our table, and then we used SQL data reader to execute the commands, okay, from this database table, and then we used to reader to read all the data from the column, okay, from this column. Hello, this is the default column, okay, default commands column. We read all the data and we load it to our speech engine with the help of grammar builder, with the help of choice, okay. And then finally we did speech recognition engine async load grammar. We load grammar with the help of our grammar builder to get all the commands from the default command column, okay, from our default table database. Okay, afterward we edit some commands like some grammars that we built before. These are the grammars. You can make as many grammar you like, okay. You can make thousands of grammars or millions of grammars, okay. You can make. It's upon you, you know, how you will build your artificial intelligence that can react like human, okay. It's also upon you. You will learn by experience, okay. Okay, for now we did this load grammar and other things. First let me tell you another thing. We have to use a try and catch method over here, okay, to get exception. And try and catch, we are going to use a try and catch, and then we are going to get exception ex. I will call the variable name ex, and then I will make a message box. If something if your microphone is not set, or message box dot show ex dot message. Okay, now we are going to pass our this all query inside of this try and catch method, okay, to get the exception if something is wrong in our code. If microphone is not set, if the language is not matching with the speech engine language, okay, if the event handler has any kind of problem, okay, if the load grammar has some kind of problem, if the microphone is not set to default audio device, this message box will appear and it will tell us what is the problem, okay. Okay, now save it, okay. Now this session is ended over here. See you in next session. In next session we are going to start some other elements. We are going to work in other things, like for example in our forum we have email reader. We are going to make email reader, and after that we are going to make first of all we are going to add a tab control for all these okay, for all these buttons, okay, tab control for all these buttons. We want that all the panels should appear on tab control, tab pages, okay. Okay, and see you in next session, okay. Bye from now.